Welcome back. We're here with Aging and In-Home Services of Northeast Indiana. We're talking about family caregivers, how very important they are, and how they need to take care of themselves. So, who is a family caregiver?
Well, you know, I think that Rosalyn Carter really hit it with her famous quote of, there are four kinds of people: those who have been caregivers, those who are caregivers, those who will be caregivers, and those who need caregivers. And I think that's really so true. It affects all of us at some point in our life. And caregivers, you know, they're not the only ones affected, but everyone else in their life can be affected too. Their children, if they still have kids that they're caring for, their spouse, their employer. So it really has a ripple effect throughout the caregiver's life.
You mentioned to us in the last segment that your family caregiver program is one of your most unique programs. So tell me exactly, what is the family caregiver program?
Well, the family caregiver program is a federally funded program that has been in existence since 2000, so a number of years now. It's actually one of the programs that brought me to Aging and In-Home Services 15 years ago to start building this program when it was brand new. And the array of services that it can provide include information and assistance. So sometimes caregivers just need to call in and find out about community resources that are available, and we have case managers who are able to discuss over the phone, provide them with options that they may have in the community, and just get them connected with what's available. The program also provides support groups. So we have support groups there at our Lake Avenue campus. We can also provide some respite services, some funding for respite. That can be in the form of home health care coming into the home to give that caregiver a break. It could also be at an adult day service. And then we also have something called supplemental services, which is a little bit of a wide open category. It can be anything from some home modifications. Maybe they need help with getting a doorway in the home widened for a wheelchair to fit through. Or it could be products such as nutritional products for the care recipient.
Well, Todd Honeycutt has joined us. Todd, you're one of the family caregiver specialists. I said that right?
Yes, family caregiver.
Yes, that makes sense. So what do you see as one of the most requests you get, and why do you think that is?
Okay. The most requested services that we receive are for respite in the home or in an adult day service. So we can provide some short-term help in the home. We can have a home health aide come in, help with bathing, dressing, toileting, maybe some light housekeeping or something like that. And during that time, the caregiver can get a break. They can go take care of their own personal needs, maybe go shopping or meet some of their social needs.
Sure.
And go visit with people they haven't been able to because they've been providing so much time and effort providing care for their loved ones. There's also respite at an adult day service that can be utilized at times, and that's where the care recipient would go to an adult day program and meet some of that person's social needs and do activities at the program, and at the same time, the caregiver gets a break. So that's kind of a double
win-win.
Yeah. And so the caregiver can get a break and again meet their own personal needs during that time.
I can totally understand how they need a break. So what about long-term? How long-term is the average length of time spent in caregiving?
Okay. So for the family caregiver program, we allot them a certain number of hours for the program. So they're able to get out. Usually they want to stretch it out over a little bit of time, and we can give them 3 months of services, and that usually equals they get a chance to get out 2 or 3 times for several hours a week. So they're able to, like I said, do some of that shopping on their own, or maybe go visit some friends or do a social activity that they haven't been able to do for a long time. So it really meets their social needs, and we see that help with their anxiety, depression, and just the the nonstop care, it really helps the caregiver themselves to get that break.
Makes a ton of sense. Something else that makes sense is that they would need some support. So we're going to talk about support groups next. You're going to want to hear about that, so stick with us. Be right back on Insight.